I'll take it.
They keep you in line, man. And you have to be kept in line.
Definitely don't want that job. I feel sorry.
No, dude, I totally agree with you.
Ann's got to do the same thing.
Oh, kind of the time off before spring break and make sure his house is clean. He wouldn't let us in, so
I guess it's a good indication.
We kind of knew what shape it was.
Looks like an episode of Hoarding.
Exactly, and it was that time of the year. We go down, 3 or 4 times during the school year, or actually a little more than that. But it was his turn to buy groceries, so naturally we have to run to Kroger and
you bought the groceries.
Spend.
Man, that's.
But he actually took it easy on me, about less than $150 this time. So,
yeah,
that was cheap.
Yeah, he took it easy on you, Casey. Can you eat $150 a week or?
Well, I don't know, man. That's a lot.
That's a lot, but
he's got 3. It's for the whole.
He's got 3 roommates.
Suite mates there or whatever. That's good stuff. Can't be cheap. Anyways, sending a young man to college and all you out there doing it. But he got a scholarship too, so you gotta love him for that.
No. He gets help through his mother through Vanderbilt. That's how he gets his scholarship.
That's good. Okay, but he's a golfer. He plays for Ole Miss.
Yeah, but he's not on the team anymore. But,
is he not? Well, let's move on then. And he's still a pretty good golfer.
He's still a great player.
He's a great player. He really is, and I can't wait to play with him.
Oh, man, it's sick how far he's hitting the ball now. It really is. I was just like, when did this happen? Was it a 6-month span or just a year? Just
young muscles.
Just blowing it by. Plus, he's working out like a madman.
Can you imagine if we had our 20-year-old bodies right now? Oh my goodness! Like Casey, now he's still got his 20s.
I'd abuse it just like I did back then.
Same here.
But no, he's working out like a madman now. He's put on about 15 or 20. So, but it's all muscle now because he still looks fat, but he does not look fat at all. I mean, there's not an ounce of fat on the kid.
Are you getting an update there? Danny. Speaking of golf, let's move on to the Riviera, man. We got Tigers
tournament, baby.
Tigers, he won't win it, but he's hosting.
But
think he's got a chance?
Why not? Phil put on a good show last week.
He sure did. Choked though, didn't he?
Yeah, you know what? He didn't so much choke. He those conditions Sunday were horrible.
Pebble's hard anyway.
Well,
can be.
Pebble's not very long. It's one of the shortest.
Target golf.
Yeah, it's all target. Those greens are any bigger than this room.
I know.
I mean,
it's like Paul Walker a little bit.
It's hard. It's a hard golf course, but the thing is, it's not very long. But they had 25, 30 mile an hour winds, and that was just brutal. And Phil played great. I mean, he still ended up third. If he tied for second, he'd already gotten in the U.S. Open. He does not have an exemption this year, and he won't accept one, he says, by any means. But
I like Snedeker in this one.
Sneds? Oh, yeah. I like Sneds.
He played pretty good this weekend.
Yeah, and he did. But, we got all the big boys coming in that played over across the pond in Dubai. We got Brooksy coming
over from the UK.
Yeah.
Boy, Jeff can't come of tea.
We got Brooksy. Brooks Koepka's coming in this week, and
Koepka, he looks like he could be a UFC guy.
JT's back again this week, and Spieth and all the boys. But
JT got a shot.
Yeah, JT's got a real good shot. He plays well there. I'm going to call my shot right now. But
let's hear it, drum roll.
I'm going to go Patrick Cantlay this week.
Oh, really? Yeah. I wasn't expecting to hear that.
He's a very good player out on the West Coast. He kind of. When they go to the East Coast, he does like Phil used to do. Played real well on the West Coast, and then kind of back of the pack, middle of the pack. But I'm going with Cantlay this week.
We're going to be soon coming up on a Major League Minute brought to you by First Step Prosthetics Orthotics on the bypass here, 31W. Only business you need to know when it comes to prosthetics and orthotics. Danny Hartung is there. Almost every day you can see him. But,
either me or Jeremy.
Accessible. Him or Jeremy Harris, both co-owners of that great company and sponsors of our show. But baseball, WKU is going to be starting up next week, Casey. How are we going to do this year? Give me just a synopsis.
Well, I'll tell you what. Last season had a lot of injuries. I know I was here in the studio producing a lot of the games, and there were a few games there mid-season where they were having trouble fielding 9 guys out on the field. And
they could call me.
I'll tell you what, injuries.
William can still throw some heat.
Right. No. You got to put him out there if that happens again. But nonetheless, they're all back this year. They got some of their top pitching back this year. I was at media day today, and they all seem very confident and very a lot of good team chemistry vibes I could tell from a lot of the players, and they got an opening series this weekend with Valparaiso.
There you go.
At their
Put it on them.
Oh, Valpo! Wow.
Yeah, Valpo. What was the old kid that played for them? His dad coach hit that buzzer beater in like '99.
Man!
Forget his name. Somebody's yelling at their radio. In the
so
car
I
right
digress.
Now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, there you go, dude. Well, that brings me to my next. That eludes this comment right here. Next Monday, 5:00. Sports Webb going to be sliding over one day because we got to make room because there's a lot of 3-4 o'clock baseball games, and I've got too many jobs to have to sit down and coordinate and articulate that. So we moving right over to the 5 o'clock slot on Monday. When baseball's over, we'll jump right back on Tuesday, but that frees us up.
You got to accommodate the tops, baby.
Absolutely.
No worries. No worries.
I love listening to baseball on the radio.
I do too,
It's my favorite. If the Reds are on TV, I will listen to them on the radio before I watch them.
Reminds me of the days when I was grounded by my parents. I had to sit there and listen to baseball in my room. But,
think about this, though, Casey. You alluded, your younger generation. Danny and I know because back in the day, a lot of times the only way you could hear your team was listening to it on the radio.
KJR Seattle, Channel 95.
See there? Art, you can recall that. That's how important traditional radio is. It's always going to be here, folks. It's not going anywhere. It's free. That's the joy of it. And there's just something emotionally attached. So do you listen to much sports on the radio, Casey?
Well, I'll tell you what, my job is a board operator, so whether I like it or not, I'm listening to all kinds of radio, man. But personally, being a big UK fan, love listening to Tom Leach on the radio.
Oh, yeah, that's
Tom Leach is a great guy. I mean, of course, Randy Lee, the great Randy Lee. Never get tired of him.
Holy moly!
Just sports radio and even, some talk radio. I
love
Ben Davis
radio
and Kelly Kay up in Louisville, love them.
I don't care if you listen to it digitally or on the radio, whatever. It's all real radio. It's traditional radio. Another thing, even XM, they're always like, hey, it's free this month in your car. Nothing will ever beat traditional
it's
radio.
Cheap.
It's just not going to happen.
True,
it's
but
free and it's good.
The only all day long
are super funny
and they're super fast.
And they're super fast. And Danny, your commercials sound
and mine's
good,
on there.
Man.
So.
I love hearing yours. But I think, Casey, to my point, radio not going.
I love radio.
I hope not because I'm trying to work my way up.
Well, let's go ahead and take a minute here before we jump into the baseball Major League Minute with Danny Hartung, the Limb, and Casey at bat. I want to commend you on a great job. You and Tyler called 4 games. I don't know how you guys did that. I don't know how Tyler did it without drinking like a gallon of water. But I got to listen to. I was there for the first 2 games, but I got to listen to you guys on the streaming. Great job, dude. Way to go on your color.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. More than anything, I was just happy my alma mater, Collins High School, got a victory, man. I was happy to see that. Just really happy to call.
My
first ever play-by-play game was for my alma mater.
Nice job.
You know
that's
it's
awesome,
meant to be.
So.
You know it was meant to be. Before we jump into baseball, we got a few minutes here. I want to talk a little Titans because it's off-season, things are happening. There's all kinds of rumors out there on the rumor mill. Derrick Henry, double deuce, got to have him if you have any hopes next year of making it to the playoffs again and playing some extended football. Are they going to pay him, Danny, or what?
They better. If they want to keep this fan base, they better pay him. They better pay him well because they're going to need to. I mean,
he's worth it.
He's worth it. What are you going to do? Let him leave on free agency? No, you've groomed him for the last 5 years. He's been out. He's been there for 5 years. He's earned it. Pay him. That's what's going along a lot with a lot of these teams in baseball. But did you see old San Diego is going to let go of Phillip? Probably. I heard he's moving his family to Florida, so you can go from there.
What does that mean?
We can go to Tampa. You can go to Tampa.
There's like 4 teams?
Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville. Yeah.
And depending on where in the Panhandle, South Carolina makes sense. Or the Carolinas makes sense. So I don't know. I think Phillip probably has a year left in him, but you could really see the deterioration.
Oh, absolutely!
This year,
you can see the deterioration of that line there too. But
that's a good point. Yeah. That's why I think he does have a good year if he's got a bunch of people around him. But he had a pretty loaded team this year.
Yeah, he did. He did. He had a decent squad behind him, but you might get a 2-year contract with Mr. Rivers. I think it'd be kind of fun to watch him. Different. That's all you've seen him in a Charger uniform.
We watched Montana go to Kansas City,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. But
he's no Montana, but
still, no.
But great quarterback, like yardage,
still a
8-time Pro Bowler. I think
still a great quarterback. I'm not. He's one of those top middle of the tier guys that are just always in there and still can throw the ball a little bit.
I'm going to make a point, and I want you guys to talk about it. Titans. I think this is a very crucial offseason for them. And I think they're on the precipice of more greatness if things are handled right. Casey, do they fumble it here, or do they make good strides? Do they pay Derrick Henry? Do they get some other guys that they need to plug in, guys? Do they do it right?
I think they do it right this offseason just because of the fact you got a team that made it to the AFC Championship this past season. If that's not a sign you need to keep that group together, then I don't know what is. Yeah. You have a guy in Ryan Tannehill who showed flashes of greatness his whole career, and then he finally puts it together this year. You got Derrick Henry behind him. You have a coach like Mike Vrabel that wants to run the ball first, so you got to keep Henry, just like Danny was saying. You got to lock him up in an offense like that. It's different if you're wanting to do all this experimental stuff. Running backs are expendable in offenses like that. But we know what the Titans are going to do. They're going to ground and pound it as long as they got Derrick Henry. So, yeah, I think they realize what they got, and they're going to lock those guys up.
I sure hope so. And that's what I'm saying. They've made great strides to get where they were. They made the playoffs a few years ago. But, with Mariota, they're going to lose him this year.
Definitely.
And, they pick up, they strengthen up the linebackers over there and the D-backs, and sign Henry and pick up another QB.
Get another good backup, which could be a Rivers. I mean, why not? I mean, and he's a guy that you could plug right in.
Tom Brady.
Give Tannehill a shot, or Tom Brady. To me, Tom Brady fits immediate starter.
I don't think it'll happen.
And then Tannehill backup. That's what I think.
He needs a Tannehill backup, but if you can't get something in the first 3 rounds, you can get a good QB 7th, 8th round, and just groom him like they've done before. But they keep that squad together. They can be tight, and just don't mess with too much. Don't mess with which you have a good thing going. So
put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. All right, Major League Minute brought to you by First Step Orthotics, Prosthetics. Either way you want to say it, they're on 31W next to Batteries Plus. Go check them out over there. Danny, what's going on in the baseball world, man? It's on top of us, dude.
Pitchers and catchers both reported today.
Yes, sir.
How about that, man? Been late in a long time. Blow the dust off it. But the Mookie Betts trade, it was final last night at 7 o'clock. Mr. Price and Mookie Betts are now a Los Angeles Dodger.
And the Dodgers like they needed anything.
And you know what? It just shot them from third to second place in the standings as far as odds go. I think the Yankees are still first, and the Dodgers are now second. But I think it was a 5 or 4 to 1 or something like that. Something crazy. But it's hard to say. It's Mookie Betts is a great player, but they could possibly have the 1 and 2 MVP guys right now with Bellinger and Mookie Betts, which is pretty scary if you think about it. But I don't know how much David Price left has in the tank, but we'll have to see. But with all the new stuff coming out, they want to expand the league, 2 more teams, which I hope they do, which would be really cool. You'll have a 8-man 8-team division where they're going to extend the playoffs from now.
And did you see the news about the new playoffs?
Oh yeah,
yeah. You like this?
I was about to ask Danny about that.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen,
man.
Man.
That gets too far into football season. They're going to lose people more than they're going to gain. I guarantee you that. Well, I'm not going to guarantee because I don't know, but I think they're going to lose interest because if you get guys, you're talking about adding 4 more teams to the playoffs. That's ridiculous. That's just crazy. And right now,
I'll ask Frank about it later.
Baseball's doing fine the way it is. Leave it alone. I say, I don't know. I'm an old school guy.
Yeah,
but,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it,
exactly.
Danny.
But they're always looking for the dollar. So
right,
it's almighty dollar. Right, man.
Danny, I agree with you. Keep the game the way it is. But I was just looking at a stat this morning on Twitter, and the past 11 years, viewership of the MLB has gone down by 12 million fans, and that's pretty drastic.
That is drastic
compared to other professional sports leagues out there. So my question is, if you don't like this idea of the playoff, kind of what do you think a good idea would be for baseball at this point to maybe get that viewership back up, or maybe get it moving in a direction that the league would like to see?
Pennants.
Yeah.
AL, NL. Period.
Right.
That's old school. That's so old school, though. That's 60s. But no, it's difficult. I think that what they're doing is they should drop the season back to 154. Personally, they should make the designated batter in both leagues. That would get it. That would get it up.
Yeah,
definitely. But you know, your playoffs are just running too long. November 5th was the last game last year.
Unbelievable. They tried to speed it up, you know, with a few little
the speed of the game did nothing. But
it did not.
It did nothing. But
I don't know that you can speed baseball.
No, you really can't. It's a game of anticipation.
Really
Who wants
is.
to? They're not going to go by
it's
a clock.
Chess match.
Yeah.
It's a chess match, and there's no clock on
That's
that.
why I love baseball.
You just hit the clock.
There's no clock, so you know.
That's good stuff. Casey, great points, man. You got another one before we roll?
Hey, have a good rest of the week, man.
Yeah,
keep on rocking.
Keep on keeping on, baby.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
don't
Yes,
go anywhere.
sir.
We're going to come back with Vegas Frank. I've got Gary on the green with a golf tip, and they're headed to Amelia Island. And there's going to be a match out at Old Stone. We'll tease that a little bit. Coach's pick with Damon Tabor. Got 3 young ladies there. Good stuff. Enjoy it every Tuesday. Be Monday at 5. Don't forget that next week.
Peace out. We go.
102.7, 104 The Score. Be right back.
Boy, Earl, I sure am glad you're driving us to the hunting spot this year.
Uh-huh.
Say, Earl, it's mighty cold out today. Did you ever upgrade to a carrier like I told you to?
I still get one of them others.
Huh. Well, I hope you trust it, because later on this evening when we get done hunting, I'll be back at the house curled up in my recliner with a nice cold glass of buttermilk and my feet up. Roasty, toasty warm.
My heater's fine.
You better hope so, because if it ain't, Luann's going to be blowing your phone up here soon.
I ain't worried about Luann, buddy. Yeah.
Earl, where on earth are you at? I am at home. This heater is busted, and I'm freezing my piggies off. Get home right now.
All right.
Now, Earl, I can see you're mad, and I ain't happy about this neither, because now we ain't going to get to go hunting, but you should have turned to the experts and upgraded to carrier like I told you. Your comfort is their concern, Cat Daddy, not no.
You quiet now.
All right.
Bowling Green Refrigeration, Heating, and Cooling. Servicing Carrier and all others. 270-782-5391.
Hi, this is Danny Hartung with First Step Prosthetics. Jeremy Harris and I would like to thank the people of Bowling Green and the surrounding areas for their support of the last 10 years. We are proud to announce that we have been celebrating over a decade of service to this community. We are going strong with the utmost care for our orthotic and prosthetic patients. We strive to provide the new and latest technology for the care of our patients and whatever their specific needs should be. Take the next step with us. Next Batteries Plus on the bypass, or visit us at firststepprosthetics.com.
When Poston Electronics opened in Bowling Green back in 1974, it sounded more like this.
Turn it up, man!
Now Poston is as legendary as the artists Southern Kentuckians hummed through the speakers they've bought there for the last 45 years. Poston is everything audio with top brands like JP Audio and Alpine. From home theaters, boats, motorcycles, side-by-sides, custom work, installation, service, or sales, Poston still has the sound. Turn it up, man. Poston Electronics, across from Firestone on Broadway Avenue. New year, new ride at Luxury Imports of Bowling Green. Luxury Imports is Southern Kentucky's home for Mercedes-Benz new member of the G-Class, the GLB 250. Believe the hype for Mercedes' first third-row option crossover with 62 cubic feet of cargo space that pulls over 23 MPG city and controls everything from the radio to ambient lighting color with Mercedes voice. The 2020 Mercedes-Benz GLB, now at Luxury Imports of Bowling Green. 325 Three Springs Road, luxuryimportsofbowlingreen.com. Okay, I'm on 65 right now. Which exit do I take?
You're going to want to take I-165.
No, I'm on I-65.
No, take I-165. Should be on the sign.
I'm pretty sure that's not a 1 there. I'm pretty sure that's just another I. I-65?
Aye. Well, ahoy, Polloy.
Look, I'm looking at it. I just don't see a 1 there. It's just I-6.
Suffering from post-natural confusion? See Gary Force Paint and Body Shop. iCar Gold Shop, certified with a lifetime warranty. 311 Vanderbilt Drive behind the Scottsville Road Post Office.
Hello, Vegas. Give me $100 on red.
Go! $200 in chips, please.
Are you a professional?
What's your bet, sir?
Bet.
Hit me.
It's a bust.
Whoa! I am on fire.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
You're a winner!
Against the Odds with Vegas Frank is brought to you by JBK Network Consulting. JBK Network Consulting. We are IP everything. Working with complex organizations to achieve measurable business outcomes is what we do. Let Jim Grant and JBK Network Consulting go to work for you. Call 270-796-8935. Visit JBK Network Consulting at 1143 Fairway Place, Suite 105, and online at jbk.net.
Welcome back to the Sports Webb. Vegas Frank against the odds all the way from sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. Got him on the Linex hotline. Brought to you by JBK Network Consulting. What's up, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good, I guess. It's that time of year when, football's over and it's just starting to set in. Plus, I quit smoking. That's been an adventure. And, a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of stuff coming down the pike. We'll start with the WKU Hilltoppers. Man, we got to close out. We got to roll through Texas like a Texas tornado.
Yeah, finishing up the season, like you said, a couple games in Texas before we start to see where they're lining up. Right now, they're sitting at second overall in the conference, so, they're going to get a pretty good draw. They're moving into the conference tournament, and, this is where we want to be. This is the spot you want to be in, as the season winds up, and hopefully it carries through, and you never know what could happen.
Man, you don't. And I like our chances, especially now that Jordan Rawls has kind of come into his own. He didn't have a huge game against Southern Miss, but you can see where he is a plug and play, and he's really making up for some things we're missing. And if we can just keep Cameron Justice and his back a little healthier, we got a shot to make a nice run. And all we got to do is win the thing, and we're in the dance, and I hope that happens, Frank. But we got to get through this Texas leg, and these guys aren't terrible. So it's going to be fun to see what happens, how it culminates. But I like our chances, man. Just like you said, I'm gonna say we come through there, like I said, man, like a tornado, like an F5, and we just take over. I like it.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think that we're going to win both games. I keep saying we.
I want you to say we because you, over the years, you've become part of this Western Kentucky environment, and it's cool to have a guy all the way out in Las Vegas who really, other than stats and team names, doesn't really get involved with a lot of the teams that you bet. You get closer to some of them that are dear to your heart, UNLV, a few others. But as far as having you, put a spotlight on Western, it's just cool for me, to hear you talk about it. And, you've known me for 20-something plus years, and you knew I was a WKU guy. So, you've they've been on your radar for a while, but it's great to have you talking about them. I know I love it. I know other people love it, too. They ask me, what's Frank think about this or what's Frank think about that. I think it's cool.
Yeah, you've definitely provided added insight, over the years. It's cool to have an emotional interest and a vested interest. I try not to be emotional about anything I'm investing in, but sometimes you can't help it.
Speaking of investing, Valentine's Day, it's a different kind of holiday. Some have significant others in their lives at that moment. Some do not. I think if you don't look at it cup half empty, look at it cup half full. You don't have to go out and spend, $150 on flowers and chocolates and whatever, whatnot. You can spend that on yourself at the sportsbook if you're single and you live in Las Vegas. That's what I'd be doing.
That's what I'm going to do.
You lucky devil. See, turn the tides. Everybody wants to be single and living in Las Vegas. Man, I tell you what. Well, go Tops, and we'll move on. But anything to touch on out of the NFL, we'll spend a minute or two every week on it. But I don't know of anything huge that's noteworthy.
Well, just some pending free agency. We know now that Rivers and the Chargers are going to split. We're trying to find out if there's going to be a destination. He said that he wants to play for 2 more seasons. So we'll see how that works out. It's got to be, it's pretty much got to be a perfect scenario for him. The Colts are obviously a team that are on his radar. That's a team that a lot of people are talking about. And then going to the other coast, a guy that used to play with the Chargers a long time ago, Drew Brees. It seems like the Saints are moving into free agency, and they have all 3 of these quarterbacks as free agents. And we're trying to figure out what combination, if any, or what quarterback is going to be back with the Saints. I think it's going to be Breeze. I don't know about Taysom Hill or Teddy Two Gloves.
Well, Teddy Two Gloves, man, if somebody doesn't gobble him up at probably a very good price, they're crazy. And no offense, but there's a couple teams that have franchise quarterbacks that I would move out and move Teddy in. I'm not kidding you. I mean, I think the guy is that good, and he's literally a gem just waiting for a starting lineup.
No, I agree with you. He's a guy that's learned over the years. He's obviously persevered through a lot of injuries. You know, he's been able to respond, and watching him play this year, I mean, he seems very poised, and I think that it seems to me that would be enough to get an opportunity. Maybe with a Chargers. I mean, maybe that's a team that he could end up playing with.
I like it.
You know, that would be a good matchup for them.
You know, I feel like if Phillip Rivers has a chance, I don't know that he's got a chance to start in the NFL. I hate to say that because he's dazzled us for years with his awesome 8-time Pro Bowler passing and whatnot. He's not a runner, obviously. Here's the thing. The only team to me that he plugs in with right away would be the Carolina Panthers.
That's interesting. I kind of like that. I think it's got to be a team because he, like you said, he's essentially a statue back there. So he's got to have a line in front of him that's going to protect him and watch his back, and he's got to have some weapons around him. I mean, him with McCaffrey, that could be fun. Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. It would take a veteran guy like that. I'm going to say more production out of him than Run CMC, more production from him with a veteran quarterback that knows how to dish. You know, we've seen him with LaDainian Tomlinson. We've seen him, with these guys that he's got now, Melvin Gordon, some of these guys. He's really good with the screen pass and really good distributing the ball to the backs, out of the backfield. And I feel like that's why I feel that's where that thought come from is, he would work well with some of those guys and, with some good tight ends. He's good with the tight end. I don't know if Greg Olsen will be back, though.
No, it doesn't sound like Greg Olsen's going to be back. I think they're moving off of him, and this could be just a transition year for them. So if Rivers is going to come in, help, kind of nurture or move along some of the younger quarterbacks that they have in their system. Allen is still a guy that's very viable in this Carolina Panthers system. And if they're going to move off of Newton, he could be a guy that you kind of move along, coach along. Rivers can definitely provide some insight, being a veteran for as many years as he's been.
Yeah, good stuff. Moving on a little bit, talk some NBA. I tell you, man, this thing. What are you seeing? I mean, what are you seeing? And past this trades that we've seen culminate.
Well, trade deadline came and went. Little bit of movement. I don't know how, as far as what it bodes for going forward, as far as seeding and everything in the East. The Heat got a little bit better by adding a guy like Iguodala because of the experience, just the championship pedigree. He's definitely going to help on both sides. The Heat are a team that are going to be in that second tier as far as I'm concerned in the East. It's the Celtics and the Bucks, and then pretty much everybody else. We talk about the Raptors who won, they won their 15th straight game. It's incredible that they won 15 straight. I don't see them matching up in a 7-game series against the Bucks. No. Not now. I think losing Kawhi is big. Losing Danny Green is big. Yeah. They're a special team, but I mean, I don't see it.
Yeah, it's the Bucks to lose. I mean, they're 6.5 games ahead of the Raptors. Can they get there? Yes, but like you said, in a 7-game series, not going to happen. Lakers, man, they did nothing. I mean, they get Derrick Rose for the taking, and I think all they had to give up was Caruso. Break that down for me, Frank. What happened?
Well, it seems like the general manager and coach or assistant coach, LeBron, decided not to make any moves. They kind of go as he goes. If he says that he wants to make a move. Kind of strange timing, I think, too. Based on everything that's been going on with Kobe, I think that their minds are on other things. They're still trying to process everything. Something like that happens right in the middle of the season is very strange for a guy who's so big a part of your franchise for so many years. It's very awkward to kind of just get over. So I think it's still in a transition period for them. But the Lakers are definitely a dangerous team.
Sure.
And, they think that their roster, what they have currently, is good enough. So, I mean, we can't really disagree. Best in the West. So we'll see what happens.
No, I mean, they're up there. They're 3 games ahead of the Nuggets. But, I mean, if somebody, pressured me right now, I'd say the Clippers got the upper hand in the Western Conference, man.
I tend to agree with you, even as a Laker fan, me saying that. Don't tell all my Laker
we'll keep that. We'll keep that down. We're not syndicated on the West Coast yet, so.
There you go. So, but I think that the Clippers ultimately would probably beat the Lakers in a 7. I've signed me up for every game. I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, no, that will be good basketball, no question about it. Well, NBA shaping up, man. Not too bad. You got some UFC we'll finish on here shortly, but what else going on, man? I mean, baseball's coming. We talked to Danny Hartung about that earlier and some of those changes in the playoffs, which are wacky. I'm not sure where that comes from, but, baseball will be here before you know it. The boys of summer will be back, and, it's springtime, man, when you start seeing those baseball gloves come out.
Yeah, I'm looking to see, how people respond to the Astros, and, do a lot of guys start getting beamed, early on in the season? Are those some high pitches inside, over and over again? How do they respond to this, this sort of coaching tree in a weird way with, Beltran's influence with the Mets, obviously Cora with the Sox? Do these guys respond in kind that way? Are they sort of blackballed or blacklisted in a sense? Time will tell, but I mean, usually baseball has a way of governing their own.
Yeah.
So I think that the Astros are going to have some. They're going to meet some aggression. I think early on in the year.
You're
That's
right.
a good way for me to put it. Yeah.
I guarantee you, and it's kind of like the NBA's and college basketball's version of the ball don't lie is a little different than the Major League Baseball's the ball don't lie. It usually comes with strawberries and seeing thread marks in your leg or your shoulder.
No, you're absolutely right. They're not going to respond well to this. And listen, just mentioned that I'm telling you, my whole fan base. I mean, I was a Laker fan. I'm a Dodger fan too. So to be able to realize that we lost 2 World Series back to back to 2 teams that are being associated with signal stealing, I mean, doesn't make me feel great.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Man, I tell you what, we're going to gravitate here towards the close, but a lot of stuff going on. I'm looking forward to college basketball. Obviously, we'll be spending a lot of time on that. I'm very excited that Buffalo Wild Wings is going to have brisket. Did you hear this?
No, but sign me up.
Go back for seconds on that. So, I mean, if it's anything like the wings, baby, we know we're loving it. You can catch out Buffalo Wild Wings right in front of the Greenwood Mall. Man, I'll tell you what. Well, we had some fight action, man. You want to break that down as we close Vegas Frank here?
Well, it seems like we're just setting ourselves up for the rematch. They kind of locked themselves into what they're going to do for fight week. I think I agree with a lot of what other people have been saying around town is that Reyes won that fight. He beat Jones, and he won those first 2 rounds. A lot of people thought that he won 4 out of 5. A lot of people, I think the consensus is 3 out of 5. But for the one judge to rule the fight in favor of Jones 49-46, I don't know what fight he was watching.
Yeah.
And I go back to this over and over again. We have issues with officiating, and we have issues with consistent officiating. Jones, just kind of rubbing salt in the wound afterwards and talking about being born for this and made for this, and getting kind of booed a little bit. They're just setting themselves up for a rematch. Reyes is a tough guy, and he took it to Jones, and especially early on. He took it to Jones, and I don't know. I thought he won the fight. We'll see if we get a rematch. It sounds like we're probably going to get a rematch come July, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah, man. I mean, so that is the consensus there. I mean, Bones Jones did not actually win this fight.
No, yeah, they don't. A lot of people are thinking that Reyes, got a little bit screwed out of a win, out of a title.
Well, Reyes was quoted saying the epic rematch is in order. So I guess he feels like he's got something to prove, even though he, I don't know. We'll see. That should be a pretty good fight if that happens again.
No, I agree.
My money's on Reyes.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think that if going into this,
I hate decisions, Frank. I hate them.
I agree with you. I hate them too. I think they should fight. They should fight an additional round.
Yeah, overtime.
If they have some issues with that, but that goes into all kinds of different injuries that you're risking and other things. And I get it, but I want to see a winner.
I do too. Clear win. I want to see it, and if there's blood involved, so be it.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
All right, Frank. Man, I'll tell you what. Enjoy yourself. Hope all your picks from the board are illustrious winners in the coming week. And we'll circle back and talk a little more March craziness as we gravitate. And, we're on the event horizon, if you will. Basketball going to be taking over the world here in a few weeks.
That's right. Looking forward to it.
Go Tops. We'll be back next week for Vegas. Frank, don't go anywhere. We're coming right back on the Sports Web, 102.7 FM, ESPN Radio, 102.7.com.
You said we're a team. One person struggles and we all struggle. One player triumphs, we all triumph, right?
It's time for Culver's High School Basketball Player of the Week. Visit Culver's, 4903 Scottsville Road for some delicious burgers.
Just like the intro said, Culver's High School Basketball Player of the Week. Only thing better than a butter burger is a big game out of this young man. Glasgow Scotty, he wears Jordan's number, and it's for a reason because he looks a little bit like MJ out there. Nick Sorrell, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. I like it this year. I get to do TV and radio with you. That's fun. We had a good time on the TV.
It is.
You made me look good because you're a fine-looking fella, so that made me look good. Listen, that basketball, man, we're talking about it. District's coming up. Scotty's got just as good a chance as anybody. Got you 5 guys together. How's that feel? Have everybody healthy?
It's good. We've been waiting on it for about the past 2 weeks with Jaden being out. Tucker's still iffy, but out there playing. So we're back together, and it feels good.
And you had a hard-fought game last night down to the wire. We won't spend a lot of time on that. Allen County, it's a big rival, and you're going to have another shot at them district. I think it's your opener. So, I think you guys got a chance to fix that thing last night. That it could have went either way. But, this Monroe County game I'm giving you this for, first of all, you're averaging 19 points a game. You've been known to put up 30. It's just amazing. And you're not just a shooter like we talked about on BKO. You're not just a guy out there shooting it. You're doing all kinds of things. A major glue guy for the Scotties. Big time player, and it's why you're getting this award, man, because you do it every night on the court. You're great on the hardwood, but let's talk about that Monroe County game. A little bit of a physical one, wasn't it?
It was. They came out, physical with us, and Coach Willett preaches to us in practice that we've got to be the more physical team. So in practice, that's what we've been focusing on, is just getting physical with each other in practice, so that turnover in the games.
Let's talk about Nick Sorrell for a minute. A guy that could definitely play at the next level, more than likely will be. Your high school years, though, if there's something, if I ask you what your takeaway is going to be mentally from the game of basketball and being coached all your life, what is one thing that you're going to carry into that next level or into just whatever you do next? What's one of those glue things that's going to stick with you?
I would just say just be who I am, be coachable. At points, I know that I'm not going to be perfect in the game, or, I'm going to have turnovers. So if a coach has something to say, just listen to him and fix that problem that he sees.
Man, that's really good stuff for all of us to live by. There's a learning in everything, whether it's a win or a lose. There's a learning experience there, and if you're smart enough to catch it, it's building blocks for your future. Let me ask you this, Nick. What's your favorite thing about being out there? Is it the team environment? Is it the chemistry? Is it the win? What when you leave a game, win or lose, what's your favorite thing about it?
Just playing with my teammates, my brothers. Ever since, coming into Glasgow, I've built a bond with every single one of them. And it's we're not like another team. Our bond it's different. And that's what I love. I like playing and going out there playing for my brothers.
Man, give me cold chills, man. That's good. That's good stuff, Nick. Listen, I appreciate you sitting down with us on the Sports Web, man. And this plaque's going to be presented to you. And I didn't get to get up there today, and we got you on here. But you're going to get this awesome plaque from Oak Tree Awards. They put them together, and it's Culver's Butterburgers. The next time you're around, try to get you a Butterburger before a game, man. It might get you juiced up.
Right.
It might put 40 up. It might put 40 up, right, Nick. But I know you're not about that. But man, shooting 40% from the field, so it's just incredible to watch you play. And you're just such a good player, also a great kid, and you just do a good job in everything you do, man. And I see that in your future. What's been your favorite game before I let you go this year? What's your favorite game that you've played this year?
I would have to say, I think it was my sophomore year. We played Barron County here at Glasgow, and it went into triple overtime. This season was, I had a loved one pass away from cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
First cousin passed away from cancer.
I hate cancer.
I can remember it right now. I threw it into Jaden, and they collapsed on him, and he gave it back to me, and I hit the layup, and it just brought back memories from when me and Jaden played back in travel basketball, and before that, just that give and go, and it happened right there. And I remember that, and I will never forget that.
Nick, that was a great story, man, and two awesome memories. That triple overtime, but none as special as your cousin in the stands there, man. And heart goes out to you. I don't like that disease. I don't like any diseases, but that one seems to touch just about every family. Somebody has a story, and they've lost somebody.
Yeah.
Nick, congratulations on Culver's Player of the Week, and good luck in that district, man. Love to see you down here in Diddle Arena doing your thing in front of masses, all right?
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
You got it. Nick Sorrell, number 23, Glasgow Scotty, Culver's Player of the Week. Be right back on ESPN 102.7, 104 The Score.
Culver's wouldn't be what it is today without the family farms that grow and produce the wholesome, delicious food we so proudly serve. From the cattle ranches of the Great Plains to the dairy farms of Wisconsin and south to Georgia's chicken country, it's important to us to make sure farm families across the nation clearly see how Culver's remains committed to sourcing the finest ingredients America's growers have to offer and how thankful we are for their hard work and dedication. Culver's, Scottsville Road in front of Greenwood High. Welcome to Delicious.
How much were your heating costs last winter? I'm sure too much. Mike Keith here to tell you how to heat your home for just $600 a year. Trust the experts at Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill to transform your old fireplace into a stunning source of heat with brand names such as Yodel, Fireplace Extraordinaire, Avalon, and Lopi, the Cadillac of fireplaces. Lopi's Cape Cod is the world's cleanest burning wood stove with unbelievable hybrid fire technology. Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill, just off the bridge on Old Louisville Road. BowlingGreenFireplace.com.
How many times has a principal or coach given a special award to recognize individuals and champions over a career? Too many to count. When you need trophies and awards, well, Coach Damon Tamer, owner of Oak Tree Awards and Recognition, used to be Principal Damon Tamer. So when it comes to laser engraving, corporate awards, or just that special way to recognize someone, trust a veteran-owned, family-owned, and operated business. Call Coach or Tyler Wright at 270-843-6024 or visit at 318 Morgantown Road, where they're more than just trophies.
Not all spray-in is created equal. For example, spray-in honey. Why are all these bees following me? Or maybe spray-in tanning.
Hey, you missed a spot there on your face. Oh, that's bad.
See Line-X of Bowling Green for spray-in bed liners and Line-X truck gear. It's the next level of complete tough gear for your truck. B&W Gooseneck hitches, toolboxes, step bars, and WeatherTech doormats. Gift cards now available. Easy, affordable, and rugged. Line-X. Check out more at linexofbowlinggreen.com.
Hello, I'm Bernie Sanders.
And this is President Donald Trump.
And the only thing that he and I agree on is that the Capitol Steps comedy show is the best thing around.
It's almost as stupendous as I am. The Capitol Steps show is so fantastic. I should have it investigated so it can't run against me.
It's the top 1% of all comedy shows, and it's coming your way.
February 22nd at SkyPack. Purchase tickets at theskypack.com.
In stores now, Pabst Grippo's Beef Jerky. We have taken the great Pabst Beef Jerky and married it with the iconic Grippo's barbecue seasoning. This is a marriage made in beef jerky heaven. The thin cut of Pabst Beef Jerky is dusted to perfection with Grippo's seasoning. Once you try it, you will know no other beef jerky compares. So the next time you're headed on a road trip to the lake or your favorite golf course, be sure to have Pabst Beef Jerky fueling your outdoor lifestyle. PabstJerky.com. Ask for us at your local store.
J. Allen Builders, Kenway Concrete presents high school basketball on ESPN Radio 102.7.
Voice of Warren's Tyler Eaton here. Join me tonight as the Raiders and Lady Raiders welcome South Warren for their final home district matchups of the season. It all starts after the conclusion of the Sports Webb at 6 o'clock.
Warren East Basketball is brought to you by
J. Allen Builders, Kenway Concrete, Rafferty, Southern States, and Hardee's.
Follow Raider Basketball on ESPN Radio 102.7 and online at ESPNRadio1027.com.
JBK Network Consulting and Cisco Systems have long been partners in Hilltopper Country. We have served South Central Kentucky since 1992 and now serve customers throughout the Commonwealth and in 19 states. With the power of Cisco Systems, JBK Network Consulting offers a complete lineup of voice-over IP, wireless indoor and outdoor, and digital signage for both information and entertainment sales and services. Looking to expand or just want to start on rock-solid ground? Conveniently located in Bowling Green, JBK Network Consulting, where we are IP everything.
Play like winners, act like winners. You put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best that you can be. In my book, we're going to be winners.
You will all get better. You'll get better because you make each other better.
It's time for the Coach's Pick, brought to you by Oak Tree Awards and Recognition at 318 Morgantown Road in Bowling Green. Oak Tree Awards and Recognition, more than sports trophies. Call 270-843-6024.
You heard it right there, folks. Time for the Coach's Pick on the Likes Hotline. I got the one and only Coach Damon Tabor, Oak Tree Awards and Recognition, Morgantown Road. What's up, Coach?
Oh, we're just sitting here looking out this rainy day and wishing it would get to where we go play some golf, Brian.
From your mouth to the big wise one's ears up there in the heavens. I hope so. Surely it's coming. But I guess we had to have some sort of winter. Yeah. It wouldn't be right. 4 seasons, I love them. Coach, got 2 young ladies, one 1,000-point club inductee, and then another one for Coach's Pick of the Week. Where do you want to start?
We got 2 Coach's Picks.
Oh, I like it.
Waluani from Lewis from Warren Central.
Yeah, great player.
She's had a good week last week. In fact, they got a couple of district wins, and that was been great for them. And then J.C. Harper from Metcalfe County, another guard who's been averaging this past week. I think she had a couple of games, 20 points plus each game.
Lady Hornets.
Metcalfe County is, they beat right now over there. You got they're going to have to flip a coin to see who's first and who's fourth.
Wow.
Over there.
Wow.
You got Metcalfe and Russell who are tied, and you got Cumberland County and Clinton County who's beating each other. So that's going to be a flip of a coin over there. But those are 2 young ladies for Coach's Pick of the Week for the week 10. And then we also got Ansley Adwell from Glasgow. Little sophomore picked up her 1,000th point last week.
Yeah, what a great little ball player she is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, we got to have her on BKO Sports Connection one night, and just the great team Stinson's got up there. And that's going to be a battle. If you had to pick right now, are you thinking that those 2 are going to be the ones that emerge at EA Diddle during the 4th region? Is it going to be the Glasgow Lady Scotties and the Trojanettes, you think?
Well, I have my little piece of paper, and I didn't bring it with me, but I had each district lined out by the record. And, yeah, you're looking at Russellville and Logan County in that district. The one here, you're looking at Bowling Green. And probably it's either right now the battle between South Warren and East. So that's kind of battle in there. And then you got Glasgow and Barron, since they drew opposite of each other. And then you should have Russell County and Metcalfe County coming out of that district. So that should be your 8 teams coming to Diddle.
Yeah, that's going to be always fun, always exciting. We got the Oak Tree 3. I love it when that thing comes around. That's awesome. But we have a lot of fun down there, and I think what you're saying is probably what's going to culminate. You never know. There could be something happen, but I feel like that's a pretty safe assumption.
I've seen number 4 beat number 1.
Yeah, there you go.
And so number 1 got to go home, didn't even get to go to the region.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's tough.
when it comes to the district tournament, you just throw the records out.
It's true.
And they better all come prepared to play.
And you've been getting to see some basketball here lately. You've been able to free up your schedule and go see some games. That's always good.
Well, we try. If everything goes right, I'm going out the east to watch East and South play tonight because that's a big district game tonight. And there's a couple others.
Lucy Patterson's like watching a college kid play. She's good, man.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of those girls out there on that East team that are just really, really good. Coach, enjoy that game tonight. And also, right now, Oak Tree Awards and Recognition, always there, always available to do an awesome accolade, whether it's a school event, Mason, or, it doesn't matter what you are. You need plaques, trophies, any kind of award. You guys customize and do it all right there.
And we really try hard and work at it and try to come up with new ideas. And we just invite people to come in and give us a chance and see what we have. And we have gift ideas. And it's with the lasers and the decal machine and stuff. We're opening the doors of things.
Yes, and I can't wait till we start talking more about some of those innovations at Oak Tree, the things that you can do now. I mean, you guys made me awesome Sports Webb and Soki Outdoor stickers for my car. They look great. They've been in the weather for months, and they still look pristine. So just anything you can think of that you need to put from pen to paper to engraving, you can do it over there, Coach, and you're great about sitting down with people. I've seen you do it, and talk them through it, walk through it until you get it just like they want it. And that's what they do over there. Check them out, Morgantown Road. Coach, I guess we'll be back next week. We're going to get into this district stuff, so we got some plenty of ladies basketball players of the week, coaches' picks.
Yeah, we're still looking and watching, so we got a couple weeks left, and the district will be here, and it's hard to believe it's been already a season.
I know it is, but much more to come. It stretches out right here, and we'll have a lot of games to pick a player from district, and we still do it when the region's here. We still talk about it. So I appreciate you, my friend. Get over to Oak Tree. Right?
All right. Thank you, Ryan.
All right, Coach Damon Tabor, and principal and business owner, veteran owner, U.S. Air Force. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 102.7, 104 The Score.
Tired of overbooked municipal courses? Waiting for the group in front of you while the group behind you launches ballistics? Well, Willow Oaks Golf Club in Glasgow, Kentucky is ready to entertain you and your family all year long. This is an affordable private club with all the amenities. 18 majestic golf holes with pristine greens and fairways, large swimming pool with separate children's pool, tennis courts, driving range, fitness center. Then unwind in the private oak bar or enjoy amazing food choices perfect for weddings or corporate events. This will be your home away from home. Visit WillowOaksGolf.com, or better yet, set up a tour and discover the best kept secret in South Central Kentucky.
New year, new ride at Luxury Imports of Bowling Green. Luxury Imports is Southern Kentucky's home for Mercedes-Benz new member of the G-Class, the GLB 250. Believe the hype for Mercedes' first third-row option crossover with 62 cubic feet of cargo space that pulls over 23 MPG city and controls everything from the radio to ambient lighting color with Mercedes voice. The 2020 Mercedes-Benz GLB, now at Luxury Imports of Bowling Green. 325 Three Springs Road, luxuryimportsofbowlingreen.com.
How much were your heating costs last winter? I'm sure too much. Mike Keith here to tell you how to heat your home for just $600 a year. Trust the experts at Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill to transform your old fireplace into a stunning source of heat with brand names such as Yodel, Fireplace Extraordinaire, Avalon, and Lopi, the Cadillac of fireplaces. Lopi's Cape Cod is the world's cleanest burning wood stove with unbelievable hybrid fire technology. Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill, just off the bridge on Old Louisville Road. BowlingGreenFireplace.com.
You're playing golf and you're going to like it.
Time to go home there, Bob. I can make it across. Well, then do it.
We got all of that.
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me.
Knock it on. Let her rip.
It's in the hole. By the way, what did Mr. Webb shoot this morning?
It's time for Gary on the Green. Gary on the Green is brought to you by Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill on Old Louisville Road and online at bowlinggreenfireplace.com. Call 270-495-1131.
Gary on the Green, just like the intro said. What's up, Coach, on the Line-X Hotline? Line-X Bedliners, brought to you by Roger and Gina Cowan. Check them out over there, Louisville Road, Porter Pike. Get that spray-in bedliner done by Line-X. What's up, man?
Gosh, I'm just so ready. It's finally here. We finally leave this week, so we leave on Friday to go to Amelia Island for our first tournament and ready to get the season started.
I bet the weather in Florida is better.
Yeah, I would think so. It's got to be drier at least.
Surely.
It won't stop raining.
My goodness. You may have to golf out of kayaks if you played here. I mean,
oh, man.
that'd be
It's
cool.
been rough getting some holes in. But luckily we've got some indoor places to practice, so that's helped out. But we're as ready as we're going to be.
And let's don't forget, February 29th, add-on the schedule. The Club at Old Stone hosts the Louisville Cardinals coming in, taking on the Lady Tops. I'm going to be out there for sure for that one, take some great pictures. But let's don't get past Amelia Island. Good luck down there, and good luck getting that weather that you need before you leave so you can practice a little bit. Coach, got the Riviera coming up. Who do you like on this one?
Gosh, I kind of like Justin Thomas. I think it's a good golf course for him. Hits the ball high, drives it well. You know, Tiger's the host this week, but historically this is one of the only tournaments he's never won in his professional career. So
I don't see him winning this one.
I don't either. I just don't think it suits his game. But who knows? It's so tough to pick a winner out there now because there's so many talented players. But
this is true.
I'm pulling for JT this week.
Yeah, I think he's got a great shot. J.B. Holmes usually shows up, around this time, and he's already had a good tournament this year. So you never know. Maybe he'll sneak one in. I kind of like Snedeker in this one.
Yeah, he played well last week at Pebble. So if he gets a hot putter, I mean, gosh, he's a contender whenever he gets a putter going.
He's really good.
He's really good. They're all really good.
They are. They're all really, really good. Coach, let's talk about a golf tip this week. And, there's all kinds of avenues we could go down, but this is kind of the time that people are, if they're going to switch wedges, they start messing with them. What's some good tips from the pro on picking the right wedge?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to replace your wedges every year. I mean, so many times I see wedges in people's bags when they're taking lessons, and they hardly have any grooves left. They're all worn down. The grips are slick, and so I think it's always a good idea in the springtime to maybe get those freshened up. Obviously, with the PGA show just happening, and they've got some of the new releases out, I would really encourage everybody to go to whatever company you like, whether it's Vokey and Titleist or Callaway. Pretty much every company has a wedge selector on their website. So if you go to their websites, they'll have you answer some questions on basically if you play open face shots, what lofts do you like to use, what turf conditions do you play, do you take big divots or shallow divots, and that's going to help you select the right bounce to where you're getting good turf interaction with the bottom of the club for solid contact, and obviously make the game a lot easier up around the greens is always a good thing. So I would encourage everybody to get over there and to check those out for whatever company you like to use.